Hey guys, Devin here with Lifetime Preparedness. It's been a while, so let's get to it. I usually make this video early in the year, every year, something along these lines, but let's do it. Top 10 things to stock for 2024, in my opinion, with the way I see things going in the world. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, so let's get into it. I got a little list right up here. First thing, and kind of in order, kind of not, let's go with paper products. Paper towels, paper plates, toilet paper, the most important thing to some people. Y'all seen what happened during the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, of 2020. I don't call it 2019. It happened right at the end. But anywho, you're going to need it. Everyone wants to wipe their butt with some toilet paper. No one wants to use a rag. No one wants to use some leaves. Toilet paper it is here in America. So stock up on that toilet paper. With the way we see things going, supply chains still having issues, especially when it comes to food. But we're having all kinds of supply chain issues, especially with wars intensifying, the political strife in this country intensifying. You're going to have some issues with logistics. Anyway, paper towels are great, good for cleaning, emergency backup. So some toilet paper is not going to feel as good, but, you know, it's good for cleaning up messes. You can get it wet and you can clean your pits versus, toilet paper. Now, another thing, too, let me grab some. I know I got it right here. These things, kind of paper products, they, flushable wipes. No, they're not necessarily for your butt. Also, as a guy who's worked in septic for a very long time, almost 10 years now, on and off, do not flush these. Even if they say flushable, do not flush these. Always put them in the garbage. You will either clog your pipes if you're on city water, or you're going to clog your pipes and mess up your septic system, and this stuff's going to flood in your house. All that stuff you let out your body in the toilet is going to flood your house. So, don't do that, or it's going to cause pipe break. But anyway, let's get back to it. Paper plates, those are important for when you are eating in an emergency situation and you don't have extra water to cook, to cook and clean with, or even let alone cook with. But you want to minimize your water usage as much as possible. You got to drink, you got to be able to cook, you got to be able to clean. But if you have a paper plate stocked up, it makes it just that much easier, guys. So on to number 2, and this is a big one. This is one I've been working really hard on, and it's going to be food. Canned food especially, I've been really increasing my stock of canned food, particularly canned soups, and Chef Boyardee with, not Chef Boyardee, SpaghettiOs with meatballs, just because I love the hell out of those things. And then I've really been working on, you guys know I have an extensive amount of canned chicken, nowhere near where I want to be, but it's good. So I have a lot of it. I got to work on my tuna, that's for sure, and my other various meats that you don't eat all the time, like canned salmons and whatnot. But, I've really been working lately on my soups. Now, we eat a shit ton of Campbell's Chunky Soup in this house. So, I'm going to stock as much as I can, but we eat the hell out of it. I would say we probably average at least 5 to 10 cans a week, minimum, on a slow week in this house of Campbell's Chunky. So I got to buy a lot of Campbell's. It's usually about $2 a can, so when it's on sale, I take full advantage. It's usually about $2.25 to $2.69 a can, depending on where you go. So when I get it for $2 a can, I will happily save that 25 to 69 cents, Jim Beam Black Label, pretty good. But anyway, you got your canned food, you got your foods you put in buckets with Mylar bags, heat seal them, oxygen absorber, do the whole thing, rice, beans, pasta, salt, whatever you got to do. I know I have to put salt away because I have not packed any salt away since I have moved to North Carolina, and I left all of my bucketed food up in North Carolina because apparently I just had too much shit. We had a giant box trailer. Like I could have fit an F-150 in there easily. giant box trailer, flatbed, an SUV and a car loaded up, I brought maybe 85% of my stuff. And that's not just talking 85% of my preps. I probably took 60% of my preps, give or take, and 85% of my stuff. The rest I left up with my dad. So, you know what? I'm cool with that. He can keep all those preps so they have them until they move down. I'd rather, him have them because I've already got a pretty decent stockpile of freeze-dried food, which is the other thing I was about to say. Freeze-dried food. I just picked some up on clearance. They only had 2 bags left. But I got some lasagna with meat sauce. Who doesn't love lasagna with meat sauce? Especially the freeze-dried version, which I got to be honest with y'all. I've never had the lasagna with meat sauce. I've had the eggs with bacon. I've had the breakfast skillet, which is my favorite. I've had the sausage biscuits and gravy, which is pretty good. But I will, since I did get this on clearance, and I know I have some older ones, I'll go in there and I will try to do a food review soon. Now, out of the freeze-dried foods, you can also get number 10 cans, which I have an extensive amount of. Augustin Farms is my go-to because I love their pancake mix. I use it to make fried Oreos. I use it to make pancakes. I use it to make waffles. I use it for all kinds of things. I mean, I've fried Twinkies in there for fun. I've fried celery. Did not taste good at all. Don't do it. But I did, and it was an experience. But anywho, there's all kinds of food that you can stockpile, freeze-dried, canned. You can put them in buckets, all kinds of things. So really work on food, especially with the supply chain shortage of food that's going on, whether it be just from the delivery or the production of the food. Now, I know we haven't been back here for a while, but stay with me. Stay with me. I'm getting into it. Anyway, next thing, gun accessories. Like I said, not in order, but gun accessories, mags. There are laws going in the books right now. Things will be grandfathered in as far as I know in a lot of states, but so many states are trying to push forward things. Whether they're going to pass or not, I don't know. I know my North Carolina is not going to do it. If it is, I will leave. Well, after we see what the local sheriffs do about it. Not a huge fan of my local sheriff. From what I've seen, he's done some good things. He's done some things I don't agree with. But, it's like that with anyone who's a politician. As far as I'm concerned, any bigger city, county sheriff's a politician. Let's get it straight. He may be a cop, but he's also a politician. But anyway, gun accessories, magazines are key. That's one of the big things they're harping on in these legislative bills that they're trying to pass in all these cities, counties, states. Gun lights, weapon lights, cleaning kits. Cleaning kits are absolutely important. Me personally, I thought I had it right here, but I'm going to show you guys what I use to clean, what kind of oil I use to clean my guns if I actually have it here. Well, I don't know where it is, but I'll show you guys eventually. Cleaning kits, cleaning oil or lubricating oil. I mean, it's all the same thing, but use it and have it. You want to keep your guns lubed, that's for sure, but make sure you have all the accessories needed, grips that you want for your gun. Now, I'm not saying don't put this above food, but, if you have the money and you can, and your preps are in order, get what you need for your firearms now. Magazines, scopes, batteries for your scopes, grips, muzzle brakes, extra hand grips, extra handrails, whatever it is you need for your firearm, try to get it, work on it this year. Next thing is ammo. We all know what's going on in the world, all kinds of wars. Ammo. Make sure you have enough for every single gun that you will be operating. Now, if you have some old 22 in the back that's half broken, you're not going to use it, just don't worry about that gun. Don't count it. Make sure you have a set number of ammo for each firearm and correspondingly enough mags. I know right now I am lacking on my PMags for my AR-15s. I'm severely lacking on that. Now I do have an extensive amount for my Beretta that I have, my Glock 19. I have a decent amount, but would I like a couple more? Yes. Is it as important as my AR-15, my primary rifle magazines? No, it is absolutely not. So definitely make sure you have enough ammo. Handgun, primary, are first, followed by, your shotguns, your longer range weapons, whether it be for hunting, self-defense. Just make sure you have enough ammo. We all know what's going on in the world. Make sure you have ammo. Prices are just going to go up from here. Same with food, to be honest with you. But anywho, power. In my situation, for example, I can't have a generator because I live in an apartment at the moment. But a generator, if you have a house, get a generator. Stock some fuel. For me, a lot of batteries. I do not like being in the dark, not being able to see what I want to do or what I'm doing. So I like to have plenty of batteries. You guys know how I storm. If you've been watching for a while, I'll do a video at some point again on that. But get a lot of batteries. Get a lot of, get gas for your generator. Make sure you're able to have supply power, Power is important. Batteries are key. Maybe some solar. That's one thing I'm going to work on. I have no solar charging at all, so I'm going to find some sort of small solar charging device so I, at the very least, can charge something as simple as my cell phone or a rechargeable flashlight. So that's what I'm going to work on. Next thing is going to be cooking. Guys, you got to have ways to cook after an SHTF event, whether that be cooking over an open fire outside, whether that be cooking on a butane stove, a propane stove. There's all kinds of way to cook, guys. I have a butane stove, and that is going to lead us. I know we're only on number 6, but that's going to lead us to number 9 shortly. You know what I'm talking about in a second. So we got lighting. Some people can light. If you're outdoors, you can use a fire. That's what you're going to light with outside. But you're not going to be able to walk around with a fire. I mean, theoretically, you can. You can make a torch, whatever. But flashlights. And that brings us back to batteries. Flashlights, batteries, headlamps, lanterns. There's all kinds of ways to do that. And candles, oil lamps. Oil lamps are big. And I accidentally left my oil lamps in New York. I had 2 of them up in New York. I left all my fluid. And I left my oil lamps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some more fluid and oil lamps because I got all the wicks for them still. So I'm going to start stocking up on more of those. Have those handy in case of an emergency. I got plenty of candles. Don't have to worry about that. Would I like more? Yes, but I do have plenty. Bourbon break. Next thing is going to be get out and test your damn products. You buy some body armor, put it on, go outside, walk a couple miles in it at a normal pace. You have a rucksack or a bug out bag full of stuff. You better know that you can walk that many miles that you're expecting to possibly have to walk with that bug out bag. I know if I'm expecting to, walk 5 miles to get where I have to go with my bug out bag, I'm going to train and know that I can walk at least double that. And that's just what I like to do. But I think if you're going to expect to walk 5 miles, expect the unexpected and have to walk double that. That way you're ready. So if your bag's too heavy and you don't need all that crap in that bag to get where you're going, don't do it. Don't carry it. Take some shit out. Now, that brings me to my first video I've ever made on this channel. I think it's been about, it's probably coming up on 4 years now. I was in a Home Depot parking lot. I was an average prepper. Not even an average prepper. I was a below average prepper. I didn't really have much stocked up. I was just getting started. I was a beginner. And I bought my first Home Depot orange 5-gallon bucket to start packing some food away. And I made my first video about, it was right before I went in the store actually, and I was telling you to go out, do the things, and actually use your gear, make sure it works. And that's what I'm going to do the most this year. I have a little butane stove, never used it before, it's still wrapped up, got zip ties on it, so I'm going to get that shit out and make sure it works. I got a Mr. Buddy, I got to get that thing working. For some reason, I'm having trouble starting it. So I got to mess with that thing. I haven't used it in 2 years. Before that, I used it all the fucking time. And I had no problems with it. So I'm going to get that thing out. I'm gonna play with it a lot. I'm going to burn through 2 tanks of fuel if I have to. Figure out what the hell's going on with it. And if I need another one, I'm going to buy another one. If I need a new replacement part, that's what I'm going to do. Because I need to make sure my shit's going to work when the time comes. Because we all know it's down the line. It's coming. Whether it's now or it's 2 years from now. Something's coming. We all feel it on the inside. So I'm going to make sure my shit's right. Next thing. I'm going to work on my skills. Which, for example, it's going to be cooking on a butane stove. I've never used it before. Have I cooked on charcoal? A bunch of times. Do I stock charcoal? No, I don't. Because I don't have a charcoal grill. And I don't have a place for charcoal. Until I buy a house one day, I have no place for that. But it's going to be a long time before I do that because I got a lot of debt that I'm working on. But shit comes up. You got to pay for it. It is what it is. I'm surviving. I'm making through. I have a good job. Got a good woman. Everything's good. But I'm going to work on my skills. I'm going to be hitting the range more. I'm going to be cooking on, for example, a butane stove. I'm going to be practicing different ways of baking. I'm going to be learning to make my own things. Make my own bread to save my own money, you know? I mean, it's a lot cheaper to buy a thing of flour and a bunch of yeast and some salt and add a little water than it is to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, especially if you're going through a lot of bread as a family. Myself, I have a girlfriend living with me, and I have a dog. So I don't really go through a lot of bread, but I love a good fresh baked loaf of bread, and I know I do as much as the next guy. So I'm gonna work on my bread baking skills, get some better stuff going. Most definitely. But there's all kinds of skills. First aid skills. I'm gonna work on my first aid skills this year a lot. I gotta work on my growing, so I'm gonna try to grow a couple small things this year. I have trouble. I'll be honest with you guys. I have trouble keeping my basic house plants alive. So this year I've done the best. I've had this one plant for about 2 years. It's got me the farthest. I got a bonsai tree. Haven't killed this one yet. The last one I killed in about probably 6 to 8 months. Oh my God, I killed that thing back in 2019. So I got a bonsai tree now, and I've been doing pretty good. I got about 6 to 8 months on it, so I'm already doing better. But next thing is number 10 on the list. I know I really haven't said no numbers, but that's all right. Number 10 on the list. Go out and do it. If you make a list, I encourage you all to make this same list for yourself. Now, these are just to give you some ideas. This is what I'm working on. I know I have a shit ton of batteries. I know I have a decent amount of ammo. I have all kinds of flashlights, candles, food. But I know I can always improve on it, and I hope you guys do the same. So please, sit down, make a list, and actually follow through on your list. Don't just say, I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, here's the list. You guys can find time. Instead of, for example, going to Starbucks and getting your $5, $6 coffee, $7, $8 coffee, for that matter. Go make your coffee at home. Make a whole pot of iced coffee. I got a Mr. Coffee at Walmart for like $20, $25. I make a giant pot of black iced coffee, and you can buy creamers, whatever, to put in. I don't do none of that nasty stuff, but it makes a giant pot of coffee, a big pitcher, like if you were making a pitcher iced tea in the summer, of iced coffee. All you need is ice and water, and then put the coffee grounds in. It's like a hot coffee pot, and then you got a whole pot of coffee that lasts us 3 or 4 days. And that's with 2 people drinking. One person drinking it, that'll last us over a week, or at least a week. And, you can take that $5 a day. You're only spending, 50 cents to $1 a day on coffee. It'll equal out to if you're making it at home and you're getting it in bulk. So you really don't have to spend a lot that way, and you can take that other money and you can go buy some canned goods, save up for 2 weeks, go buy a couple boxes of ammo, save up, go buy some lighting, go buy some batteries, go buy some fire starters, some candles, some paper towels, some toilet paper. Go do the things, guys. Don't make excuses. Go do it. Am I struggling in life? I sure as hell am. Would I love to order a goddamn cheeseburger right now? I sure as hell would. Because I haven't eaten. And it is, let's see. It's 7:40 at night. I have not eaten dinner yet. I was at work, clocked in at like 7 o'clock. So, would I love to eat a nice cheeseburger that I didn't have to cook and I could just relax till then? I sure as hell would. That's for sure. But instead, I'm going to go make myself a tuna sandwich and save some goddamn money so I have some money for more things like this. And this is, I don't prep this a lot. I can show you guys right here. I got this bin of freeze-dried packs. That's it. Now, is it packed to hell full? Yeah, it's packed. Got some tissues right here. I don't know what the hell's in here. Just some gloves and shit. But I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to make that shit happen. So, y'all have a good one. Appreciate you for watching. Sorry it's been so long since I've put a video out. We will put some more videos out soon, I promise. I've just been taking life in. I've been taking the news in, taking work in, my life in, just enjoying it. So, I'll probably chat with you guys more this week. I got to drive down to Georgia to pick my girlfriend up. She was staying with her mom for a few days, and we got another car, but I had to get some stuff done, new door handle and some exhaust work. So we're getting that one done, so that way she'll have a car back. But I'll chat with you guys later. In the meantime, comment, like, share, subscribe. You guys know I love hearing from you, so go ahead and comment, share with your friends and family. That's the most important thing we can do. Share my videos, share other preparedness related videos, even if it's not a preparedness channel, if it's preparedness related, if it's a gardening channel, if it's an EMT showing off his work, if it's a police officer showing his work off. Just, guys, it's important to get anything related to preparedness out there into the world. So share it, like, comment on everyone's pages. Let's get it done. Go ahead and prep. Thanks for watching.